What's going on? Back again for Horror Fest, and tonight we are reviewing 1983's Cujo, adapted from Stephen King's novel. It's gonna be a good show tonight. I got my co-host as always, Scarpad. What's up, brother?
How's it going? Glad to be here.
Got you a new background, I see. And
before I forget, upstairs studio.
Yeah, I see. He's got multiple studios. As always, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, share, and hit that bell so you get notifications every time we go live. Every Saturday, we got a new live stream, and we're always dropping new content. As you see, me and Scarpad just dropped a new movie review for a movie called Cobweb, so check that out. Highly recommend that movie. Highly recommend watching that movie before going to see that, watching that spoiler review. And we got another guest, my main man, Perry P. Money.
How's it going, guys?
What's up, brother? Good to have you as always, man.
Heck yeah. Happy to be here.
Hell yeah, always, man. And we got another guest. And last but definitely not least, it's been a fucking minute, bro. But this man hasn't been on the show since the OG show, Friday Night Frights, which real motherfucking people will remember that shit from back in the day when we used to do those live stream watch-alongs when I first was doing the comics show. But y'all know I love horror so much I had to veer off and do something horror related. We had Carolina, Chris, Scarpad, me, TK, and my man Not Near Mint, a.k.a. Rob Worst.
Happy Batman Day, everybody.
Is it Batman Day?
Oh, yeah, it is.
It is Batman Day today.
How the fuck did I not know that? I was on
I got a Batman book today, too. So I'm
really?
okay.
I did put a Batman post on my thing, and I didn't even know. I just saw the post, and it was like all the different Batmans. That makes sense why I saw it, but I really didn't see that many Batman posts, so that's why that's crazy. But happy Batman Day! Hell yeah!
Even I didn't notice until much later in the day.
Yeah, I'm
Like,
surprised,
Why are
man.
there Christmas trees everywhere? Oh, it's Christmas.
Right. What
That
the
has
fuck?
actually happened to me one year.
Imagine.
Too many damn edibles. But yeah, as I said, we are here to review Stephen King's adaptation for Cujo from 1983, directed by Louis Teague and starring Dee Wallace. And I think that's really the big one.
D. Wallace played the mom again, huh?
Dee Wallace playing the mom again. Yeah, what were we just
Who would have
reviewed
thought?
when we just did The Howling? Which, yeah, I mean, she's a classic mom back in the 80s.
The
I mean,
mom in every movie,
and she did
She was
this
the
right.
original MILF.
Yeah,
right?
dude, she was great.
At least
She
that dude in the
right at the
movie thought
beginning.
so.
she wasn't a mom in The Howling though. She wasn't a mom in The Howling, and she did she did The Howling, then E.T., then Cujo, then she did Critters. So
Although she was a down and dirty, nasty mom in this one because she's doing the nasty with the next door neighbor or whatever.
yeah, right. I know. Just walks in, the guy or the husband just walks in, and he's like, yes or no. Because I was watching it, and then all I hear is yes or no, and she's like yes, and I figured it was something to do with that. I was like, how did he figure? And I rewound it, and I'm like, he doesn't even like ask. He just says yes or no, And yeah, man, they try to add a little, little drama in there to spice it up a little bit, because they got to have something, I guess, going on for it. But obviously the star in this is Cujo, that awesome Saint
The
Bernard.
movie is one of those, it could be a stage play because 90% of it takes place in a car.
Mm.
Yeah, a lot of it does. Yeah.
Yeah. And if not, it's just literally on a farmhouse, in the car, or the little scene. Honestly, the scenes that are on that farmhouse, they literally could be the exact same house that they used for like the family house stuff. A lot of times they'll do that. They'll just remodel the house, and they'll be like, okay, half of this part is going to be the family version of the house, and then the other half will be like the farm.
You want to bang him. You want to bang him for having too much of the movie set in the car. But let's face it, if that was me, shit, I'd stay in that car too.
Hell yeah. And it's not bad. It's supposed to give you that claustrophobia and everything.
Well, you have the mother trying to assure the little boy, can the dog get in here?
Yeah.
No, because mom and dad is the second word for God to a small child.
Yeah.
And this was the day that little child grew up, because he got to see his mom lose her shit.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, she got bit like 12 times already, so I could kind of give her that.
But the whole time he is screaming for his dad.
Yeah.
And the fact that you had a screaming child who, I don't know if this is the kid's first movie or not, but
I would
basically that kid looked terrified from the first
he
moment.
did.
Yeah, I thought he did a great
jump
job.
Scare.
Yeah.
The dog jumping through that window, that was the first and best jump scare of the movie. But so much of this looks like it has influenced directors from here forward, all the way up into like Michael Bay. Those really orange, reddish sort of sunsets in the middle of what looked like, I guess, Maine, because let's face it, that's pretty much everything that Stephen King does. Everything's in Maine. But it looked like it was Texas Chainsaw Massacre, especially when you have the dog in the sunset.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some great shots in this. And yes, Cujo was his first movie. He really didn't do much. His name is Tad Trenton, which terrible name.
Same name as a little kid.
He did some TV, 3 episodes.
I didn't remember any of the names.
Yeah, no, I didn't either, honestly. And I've seen this movie quite a few times. It's been a while since I have seen this, because there isn't really a great, like, I think I own it on DVD, and it doesn't really, the Blu-ray is hard to get, and finally just now they are doing a 4K from Kino, and that was a big reason why I'd planned to do this, because I thought the 4K would be here in time, which it got pushed back to like mid or late October, so that wasn't going to happen. But I've always been a fan of this movie. I am a huge dog lover, so Cujo is just, even though he is evil, It's not
He's
his
not
fault.
evil.
The dog's just being a dog chasing a
I
rabbit.
felt so bad for him in the
Buy
beginning,
some-
dude. When the bat,
I actually would have preferred if he was an evil dog or a mean dog or
yeah,
a demonic dog.
like a
To me,
hellhound.
it would have made the movie better.
I think it's supposed
just-
to kind of that's the heartstrings it's pulling at, where you're like, he's bad, but he's not. He really isn't bad. You know what I mean? It's the rabies. You know?
Right.
So the very first scene that you wind up seeing Cujo covered in all this shit, and then they wind up focusing right in on the dog's eyes, you could see that underneath all this gook and crap and probably egg yolk, he is just the bestest little puppy there is.
Yep, definitely. I know you see it like right in his eyes, and that's another thing, man. It's gotta be hard dealing with dogs as actors, and Cujo does a great fucking job.
Yeah, I mean,
Do
there's
they pay
several
the dog?
scenes- Well, there
The
has to
dog's
be a
handler.
trainer. When you look in the credits, there are trainers,
Yeah,
but there are certain scenes where you just have to wonder how the hell do you get the dog to do that?
Yeah.
Now, just to get one to jump on top of a car, you can cover it with something that smells really good. But at the very beginning of the movie, when the dog sticks his head into the hole with the vampire bats, how the hell did you get that dog to go? Yeah, stick your head in that. Most dogs would know better to go.
Yeah.
there had
Stick
to
your
be
head in that.
there had to
Yeah.
be something good in there.
I would have felt bad worse for him though if he was off playing somewhere and he got bit accidentally. I mean, he chased the rabbit. I think he killed the rabbit, and then he did
No,
It
chase.
looked like that.
You didn't kill the rabbit.
Oh,
Well,
Well,
maybe he did
when you
kill the rabbit.
watch the movie at the
Yeah,
beginning
he's
when it's
hiding it.
chasing it, it looked like it got it, and then it cut away to it's still chasing it down the hole.
Yeah.
It looked like it
He
definitely
might
got
have got. He
that.
might have got
And then-
it. They're like,
and
oh,
then,
he
We
was
got 3 or 4 rabbits here.
And then the thing went in after all the bats. So okay, he was kind of aggressive there. So he did kind of deserve to get bit, but
Well,
Well,
To
out of
me,
anybody
it
that
would-
deserved to
he
get
didn't
bit,
know it was
would have been the
hey,
mom.
that's what dogs do, though.
Right.
They chase
I
after
know.
rabbits and shit. So, but I wouldn't say he deserves to do it because he's chasing
No.
after a rabbit, you know. But this movie and another movie, I think it was in the 80s or 90s. It's called Bats. These two movies are what terrified me of bats, and I always have thought they are the most disgusting. Besides rats and bats are like my
rats
like,
and bats.
yeah.
Well, bats are
I
like
love
flying
that
rats.
movie, Bats. Yeah, they do. They're
No.
like flying rats.
Wasn't it another movie called Man's Best Friend with Lance Henriksen?
Yes,
too?
and I love
Yeah.
that movie. But that's like a different. That's evil dogs, but they're like robot dogs.
And then robot dogs, I think. Yeah. Okay.
I forget. It's been a while since I've seen it. I have it right here.
Mean robot dogs. Oh, there you go. You got everything.
This Scream Factory too. When ambitious news journalist breaks into a genetic research facility, she uncovers the biggest. You have everything. First off,
I know.
it's a genetically enhanced guard dog with a vicious killer instinct.
There you go.
Superior sight, hearing, strength, and intelligence makes.
Yeah, see, that's semi-evil. That dog. I don't feel bad for him.
Yeah, but Cujo's different.
Bioengineered. Right.
They're trying to make you feel bad for him, and like that you're like you don't know what to think. You're like, do I not like him or do I? You know what I mean? Because like Rob said, it's like you see him barking and growling, but then when you see his eyes, you're like, this isn't what he really wants to do. And I hate when they first come to the house and D. Wallace is like, whoa, don't walk up to a random dog. Don't walk up to a random dog. And they're like, hey, Cujo.
It's just Cujo.
And then when you walk up, they do the close up and you see the big cut gash on his nose.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, poor boy, man. I'm like, because you know it's coming too. If I
A lot of this movie could have been invented if the owners noticed like the cut and
that's
the
another
5
thing.
days.
If my dog's got a cut, I fucking notice that shit. And I'm
the
like,
6
what the
days. The
fuck
6
happened?
days he's taking a rabies out and stuff. You think they would have noticed
Yeah.
him, but I suppose
Well-
he was hiding under the deck, so. they
Well,
didn't
you
see
can
him.
also tell these are fucking farm guys, and they're not really. They didn't seem
Right.
too worried about him,
Yeah, Dad was one step away
It
from a
was
wife.
the boy
a
who
wife
was
beater.
most worried.
Yeah. She looked like she's trying to get away. Like she's
Right.
like, this guy's gonna
Dad
kill
was,
me. I
Dad
gotta
was
run
gonna be a
away.
wife beater. Yeah,
Yeah.
What was up with the
he had that vibe.
bigger guy
You
too?
cannot tell your father. If you tell your father, he will take care of that dog, but in a very final way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ever see Old Yeller Kid? Go watch that. And you're
Yeah,
gonna
but
see
then
what
she said
happened to Cujo.
Then he said the dad did love the dog, and to be fair, when the dad had scenes with the dog, he was fine with the dog. There was nobody in this movie that was a really over the top asshole, which I kind of like.
Yeah.
Yeah, even the big fat guy that served no purpose other than to get killed. You know, even he wasn't truly that bad.
No,
he didn't go for the gun until after
care
the
about
bit.
dying.
So
that's what I got from the, like, I don't care part when he screamed at Cujo, because I was just like, he's just maybe he's trying to show like I'm the dominant one and you're not.
Yeah, the dog did kind of back down for a second. He did with the woman too for a second.
Well, the very first time the dog backed down was to the small kid that was the owner to begin with, when it approached him and the Cujo was about to attack him until he went, "No, it's me, it's me."
Right.
You know what? I'm just going to wander away because you're not going to be my first kill.
Yeah. We'll just go off in the fog.
Imagine that too, man. Like the boy, like, you know what I mean? I could never imagine like going up to my dog. Evan is basically freaking me and my brother Evan's dog Bane, and like if I walked up to him randomly and he just like attacked me, I'd be like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Because that dog, like, that's like my son, man. So that would be crazy as a little boy too. But the
if you have cats, you get used to them attacking you.
Yeah, my cats. Yeah, leave me with
scratches. That's why I'm allergic to cats, and I remember as a
Me
kid,
too.
I got slashed by a couple, like one cat my grandma had.
You allergic to cats, and you got 2 cats.
Yeah, I get like asthma.
Yeah.
I gotta hit my inhaler.
I'm not like badly allergic. It's more like itchy. Like if I pet one and then touch myself, I start getting sneezy, itchy, and shit.
I gotta like wash my hands. Break out.
Yeah. But I've had a couple, like my grandma had a blind cat, and that cat was awesome. My aunt has like a fat cat with like a top over, whatever overbite, and that thing is cute as hell. But there is one asshole in this movie, and that would be the guy that is sleeping with Dee Wallace on the side, because even when she tells, because
he tried to rape her, bro.
Yeah,
yeah,
with the husband. So that's kind of, you know what I mean? It's like I was getting the sense that they're playing tennis together. They're friends. And it's like, you're doing that.
I was waiting for that dude to get killed and never nail his ass. He should have nailed his ass. Been the one. He's out walking around somewhere.
Anybody that needed a cathartic, just disembowelment, that was the guy. But it was a missed opportunity. I think really the most missed opportunity out of the entire film is the fact that this is a very hot car, and we're used to these stories, especially from the 80s on forward, of a small child in a confined car basically dying in said car because the car's not turned on, no air conditioning, everybody's sweating. But it felt like the movie should have been a little bit longer, because at, what is it, maybe an hour and 37 minutes, it felt like they were in the car only for a short amount of time.
Yeah, they actually got in that car about 50 minutes in, so they were in the car for a good 40-45 minutes of the movie.
Yeah, but it does.
And they did the windows cracked a little bit. So
it doesn't really seem that long. It almost seems like 35 minutes, I feel like.
It's like they spent the majority of the movie getting you attached to the characters.
Yeah.
Before anything really happened.
And kind of getting you attached to the dog, too.
Yeah.
Which, understandable.
Which, those cops are the worst cops, by the way.
Yeah,
like I was like screaming, I was doing a reaction to it, and I was like, "What are you doing? How are these police officers? What's going on?"
Typical movie cops. I also think they did that little scene at the end because remember that guy, the jerk guy, walks up to the walks up to the bedroom, and then they don't see anything else. Yeah. And when they come in and they see it all torn apart, you're thinking, was Cujo here? Maybe he got the guy. For a second, they were kind of going that way, and then you realize the guy was the one that did it. But I think they were trying to maybe sell that was happening too. Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah, he's a psycho, bro. Like he got turned down, and he's like, "I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna destroy this house." Yeah, I'm angry. Yeah, like, dude, chill out, man.
Yeah, Carolina Scarpat and I did just do the Nun 2 spoiler review. You'll have to check it out. But dude, I'm telling you, Chris, you gotta check out Cobweb. Check that shit out and then watch our review on it. And also, bro, you gotta fucking hit me up, Chris, because I'm trying to get you on the horror show, brother. I just don't know how to get a hold of you.
Yeah, we need Carolina Chris back on Instagram.
Yeah, I know, bro. We need to get the squad back together, bro. The Fright Night squad.
It's like Ocean's 11. You're putting the gang back together.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, we'll go. I'll just say, because I want to go around, we'll just say like your overall thoughts and if you like the movie or not. Since we went, bullshitting back and forth about it, I'd say, obviously I picked the movie and I'd seen it before, so I do like it. I actually had in mind to review Graveyard Shift, but I wasn't sure how, it would be, or how, people might like it, because I'm a big fan of that movie, and I think maybe other people might not like it. I know Scarface does like it though. You don't like the Graveyard Shift?
No, I'm saying it doesn't matter if people like the movie or not.
Yeah. Well, the Horror Fest I like to make iconic.
That's how I pick all my fucking movies. I know people aren't gonna like
know that. But Cujo is a movie that I've always really enjoyed. I'm a major Stephen King fan, so like I always say, I can't do a Horror Fest without adding a Stephen King adaptation in there. And this one is a lot different from any of his other movies, which first off, it's about a dog, And
have you read the book, and how close was it if you did read it to the book?
I heard the ending is different.
I read the book a long time ago. It's pretty faithful to the book. The only difference is the book goes into Stephen King actually goes into the mind of the dog and speaks as the dog in the book, as his feelings as he's being taken over by rabies and how he wants to be a good boy. And
does he make his own dog language?
He just talks English as the dog, sort of kind of. His thoughts.
You notice about halfway through the movie. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say I read it when I was younger. Go ahead.
So about halfway through the movie, certain scenes you do notice that it starts taking the camera and making it look as though it's from the perspective of the dog, especially when you get to the baseball bat scene with the mother, when she finally breaks it off and it turns into a Spartan-like scene when it just dives right at her and spikes itself. But you knew that the dog was going to come back at the very end because it was very comic bookish.
Right.
But from the Stephen King books that I have read that have been turned into movies, many of them, especially Under the Dome, that TV series, they take the title, they take a couple character names, maybe a little bit of the concept, and then just make up everything else whole cloth. So I didn't know if this was a bit more that it would adhere more to the book, or if it just decided to go off on its own tangent.
Yeah, it's pretty close to the book.
But the ending, someone,
I've seen somewhere online. Someone said the
ending may be a little different. I read it so long ago, but my memories of the book is pretty close.
Because the movie I downloaded initially it said uncut. But when I went to play it last night, it was the Italian version. It looked like it might have been longer, so I didn't know, did somebody get torn apart like that douchey guy that was trying to sleep with the wife?
I didn't know there was a longer version.
That'd be cool.
Well, this was a movie
it was actually talking
on TV.
Were they talking in Italian?
Yeah, well, it was all dubbed in Italian, and it didn't have any subtitles. If it had subtitles, I could have played along. I'm used to watching anime. Yeah. But I was thinking maybe I could watch this with contact clues. I watched this movie in pieces back in the 80s when it used to be on every other movie of the day, and any movie that wasn't Cujo, it was a movie co-starring Gene Hackman, because that was the 80s. So I guess you never thought that this was something you had to ever own, and I never bothered to go try and watch it on VHS with the R-rated version, because I went, man, it's a dog. What are they going to really show that's that much different? Show me Toxic Avenger instead. I want to see a guy get his insides just blown apart.
They're supposed to be doing a remake of Toxic Avenger.
They are. We have seen a poster so far with Peter Dinklage, and I just watched the first movie where it was the Up All Night version on YouTube.
Really?
I can't wait for the new version.
Yeah, I can't wait either. Yeah, I'll have to rewatch that at some point. But yeah, I've always enjoyed this movie. It's not my favorite of Stephen King's movies or adaptations, but I've always really enjoyed this movie because it's different, and I'm a huge dog lover, so I've always had fun with this movie, and I think it it's great. And the one thing that Scarphead says, they get in the book, they get more into the dog, which that's the only thing I'd like more in this movie, is to get more in the dog's perspective. But you can't really, it's hard to do that, and to be hearing the dog
you
talk.
Should have him talk like in Strays.
Yeah, that would be funny.
I'd be fine with a talking dog.
But yeah, Yeah, I'd be fine with it too, but other people probably wouldn't. But yeah, I've always really enjoyed this movie, man. I think it's a good D. Wallace movie, and when they get in that car, man, and she's just sweaty, it's claustrophobic as hell, and that kid's like on the verge of dying at
I was
any
freaking
point.
out looking at that kid, dude.
And then Cujo's just got like Rob said, like egg yolk. It looks like boogers, but it's definitely egg yolk or something. It's just I was telling Scar, I'm like, damn man, they really bloodied this dog up.
It looked like someone coughed a loogie and threw it on the dog's face.
Yeah.
He definitely went through the hen house. He definitely got the hens and every
roll
egg.
around in this trough, puppy.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah,
the little kid initially started off with this bowl-like haircut, plump face. After the kid's in the car for about maybe 15 minutes and they're covering him with sweat, unless it actually is that hot. And towards the end of the movie, you're seeing this kid with gaunt eyes, bags under his eyes. It looks like the kid's been drinking coffee for the last 3 days, studying for exams.
Well,
Kid's
they
only
just all
like 4
peed in the
years
car
old.
all night. So
Yeah.
Right? Where did they pee?
in the car.
Well, so I heard the mother, take your penis out. Okay, now we're going to open the door. Well, there's the dog. Oh, shit. It's going to bite your pecker off.
Well, there was a scene where she's running back into the car, I think toward the end, and she's like, the dog's behind her, and she's not even like shutting the door. It's like, shut the door.
Yeah.
The dog only got in because there was no doorknob on the door. He bit it off.
It's a rough spot too because she literally like runs on her way to the mechanic's house. She literally runs the car out of gas. So it's like they're just
They're
fucking
stuck, dude.
However, I know she was bit 15 times, and that excuses a lot. However,
What up,
there was a fucking cop car 6 feet away from them. That
I would have went in that cop car, dude.
even if the car didn't start because maybe the cop had the keys on, you got to figure
that
the radio should still work, probably.
Hit the CB.
Or you can at least hit the siren so people would hear something come. She should have gotten in the car. The dog was eating the guy. Time to get in the car, but well, whatever.
Yeah, she was just probably too fucking scared.
Yeah,
she's too gone.
The dogs be running quick, man. That Saint Bernard could fucking gallop. But Rob, you said this was your first time watching. What were your
first time watching all the way through?
All the way through. Okay. So
as I said, back in the 80s, this was something that was on TV all the time. So you catch like 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there, and go, this movie looks boring. Nobody's getting torn to pieces. I was a real like gore horror fan in the 80s and 90s. So hey, if it's on TV, it's probably not going to be that great. And then you watch it. First minute, you see Jan de Bont. Like, wait a second. The director of photography went on to direct Speed and Twister. Okay, I'm on board. And the opening shot is just this long crane shot. I'm like, okay, this looks actually pretty good. But go ahead. What were you going to ask?
No, I was just going to say, what were your overall thoughts on it? Did you enjoy it? And
I mean, overall thoughts,
you liked.
There were sparks of some brilliance. It could have been tweaked up in some areas, like the boyfriend of the mother just popping in, popping off. Maybe a little bit of a more elaboration there, or if not, just kill him outright, because that would have looked a lot better on screen and made that a little bit longer if it did show, because if it did happen and I didn't see it because I looked away for 2 seconds because my cats, man, that scene should have been longer because that guy just really needed to die. But based on old horror theology, that if you go fuck around sexually, you're probably going to die by the serial killer. So I was absolutely expecting this little kid to become an orphan by the end of the movie. And being that he had a family at the end, and here's the father that didn't do goddamn anything, and now here comes the mom after finally shooting the serial killer dog, and everything's going to be fine from here on out. No, the second she finally hugs him and then probably bones him one last time, she's going to whisper, "We're getting a divorce."
Well, it had
you know
the
how
80s,
the movie actually ends.
It had the 80s freeze frame too.
Yeah.
If you ever watch the police,
Like
Nightmare on Elm Street, when
watch Naked Gun, that's what's in there all the time. Though. I hate the 80s ending.
But yeah, I understand why this would have been hard for you to watch back in the day, because 80s was just so fucking crazy and gory, and this is definitely more tame. You know what I mean? But
It's like, here, watch this. It's called Maniac, and Tom Savini does all his own
Yeah.
gore effects. Like,
which
oh, this is
and
awesome.
we just
Now watch
did Maniac.
Cujo. Okay.
Yeah, Cujo and Firestone are back to back winning any kind of horror awards. Let me tell you.
Nah,
I mean, they're fun. They're
I do like
passable
Cujo better though.
Yeah.
I just feel bad for the dog dying at the end.
Yeah.
But I guess this
And I
movie
feel
should
bad
spark
for
the
him.
website. Does the dog die at the end? The answer is yes.
Dun, dun.
Sadly,
Spoilers.
all he needed was a rabies shot, and he could have made it. But
Well, that was a long
I
time
don't
ago.
think it
Too.
works that
Rabies is a little
way.
bit harder to beat back then.
Yeah,
uh,
they'd
that's
have to
50
kill the dog.
To be fair,
Yeah.
that's
open up
45
its
years ago.
brain to
So.
get the shot
Yeah.
for the woman.
well, now that he killed somebody, they definitely would have put him down anyways. So
Oh yeah, the mom's
It
probably
killed
gonna
a
die,
cop.
right? It did kill a cop.
Well, Mom was better get a rabies shot quick. All right, who's next?
you'll have to tell me what your Discord name is on here, because I didn't. You said something about your Discord link, but I didn't see anything, Chris. But yeah. So you did you enjoy it though, or was it kind of just mid to you?
Yeah, it was a good movie. It's like, 2.5 stars out of 4 if I would go by the old standards from TV Guide, if you all remember that from the 80s.
Yeah.
But it's one of those, I can watch it one time, but it's not like Groundhog's Day where I used to watch it every single time it was on TV. I didn't care if it was from the first second that it started or like 20 minutes to it ending. I knew that movie from beginning to end. Cujo, what else is on?
Yeah.
Hey, Witchblade.
This is
Oh, wait, she's
this
not
is
in the
what I gotta
costume.
watch.
This is boring.
This is one like I'd be more to watch like every like 5 to 10 years if I'm going down like a Stephen King rabbit hole. You know what I mean? Just because I'm a huge Stephen King fan. Because this is definitely not one of my favorites. But I do enjoy it. But I've been watching it since I was a kid as well. So there's nostalgia also for me on it. And I read the book way back in the day. But Perry, what did you think? Because this was your first time watching as well.
Yeah, first time. So for like the last 2 years, Justin Rican in his comics, Rod was like, "You got to watch Cujo, man. You got to watch Cujo." And I'm just like, I'm not gonna watch. Yeah, I'm not gonna watch a fucking dog movie, dude. Like,
Dude,
what is
we
this,
grew
Saint
up in the
Bernard?
80s.
Is this Air Bud? Like, I don't want to see no fucking.
This movie
dog
just
running
reeks
around.
80s of us growing up because we're about the same age. And the nightstand, on the nightstand, this kid had a lamp that I was going, holy shit, I had the same lamp as a kid. We all had that bowl haircut. I mean, there was so much.
I did, yeah. The bowl. My mom literally put the bowl on and just go with scissors around. It was bad. But yeah, no, I did not want to watch a movie about a dog at all. But Stephen King, and he lives in Florida, which is cool. Like he walks around, you can see him in Publix, and I guess nobody.
He lives in Massachusetts.
No, he lives in Sarasota.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does he?
Homes.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
He
People
moved
see
out-
him
I
all the
thought
time walking around.
Stephen King does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He comes down
No,
here for the Miami Book Fair all the
he's been
time.
gone from Mass for a long time.
Oh wow, I thought he still lives out there. Holy
No.
shit!
Like people don't know
I think he got
what he looks like, and he
random-
just walks around and like normal,
Right.
dude.
Have you
That's
ever
like the
seen-
best level of fame. Like you have book fame, so you can still live like a normal life, though.
Yeah, the dude ran him over up here. He got the hell out of Massachusetts.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Have you ever seen him, Perry?
I haven't seen him, no, but
Man, that'd be crazy.
maybe one day.
You might have.
Right,
Just
you may.
Probably just walks right by him. But Cujo, watching it, I gotta say, I really enjoyed all the little like side stories. Besides like the dog story, like we got this lady, there's a mechanic, and she's got her own problems and things going on there. Then we got the main story with the wife cheating and stuff, and then we got the dad who's dealing with this big thing that's going on at work, and it's like so many different things going on at the same time, but then it all leads to this dog. I thought that was really cool. I like the way they built it up. Like the whole pacing of the story was enjoyable for me. I could see how people would think it's slow, but that was the part that I enjoyed.
Yeah, I never really think it's slow, honestly.
Yeah. But yeah, no,
Some
I
of those
enjoyed it.
outside issues. Do you think that the dad definitely lost his job for walking off of the job and going
Yeah, he
home?
probably got fired. Yeah, probably.
The children pissing red because of a bad color dye throughout the entire
Yeah,
country.
the
That
dude
was
was
good.
fucking advertising cereal Not too thrilling of a job, anyways.
Yeah. Oh, dude, the kid was making cereal and then going into sugar thing with the spoon and just globbing sugar in there. I'm just like, dude, what are you doing?
It's the 80s.
Yeah, I
Yeah, but
guess
they
so.
didn't know back then that sugar was bad.
Yeah. Well,
And now they just don't give a fuck.
And now they don't give a fuck. Now they know everything's bad. Just keep on
I'm
eating.
like, oh, this is horrible for me.
I love the fact back in the 1980s that, well, one thing that this movie was a little too close on was that the parents were really doting. I remember the 1980s, our parents would tell us to go outside and don't come back home until it's dark. We
Right.
used to have television commercials at 10 o'clock at night on the news that would come up and say, do you know where your children are? It's 10 o'clock. They literally had to do that to remind the parents that they
My
had.
parents said, "Yeah, I do know where he is, but we don't care."
Same.
I like this
We
comment right.
hope he stays out longer.
I like this comment from Scare Fear. Technically, is Cujo a vampire? And man, that I like that. I'd like that a little bit more than the rabies, because if you think that, I actually really like that
If
theory.
they gave him a cape and shit, that would have been cool, man.
Man,
Yeah. I thought when he got bit, he was gonna die, and then like a demon was gonna embody him, turning him into like a hellhound, but it didn't go that way.
well,
A little more grounded.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
it would have been something if he did die.
Like the
Like,
weed.
see him like lay on his belly and
It
then
could be the
stop
weed.
breathing, and then he comes back as like a dead dog.
Yeah, you know,
Big dog walking.
Dead
Right?
dog walking.
got all messed
All I
up.
know is you cannot get to Cocaine Bear without Cujo.
That's
I'm
right.
telling you, you can.
Yeah.
So
The
you're
cocaine
welcome.
bear was.
You're welcome. But you
Cujo walks so Cocaine Bear could run.
Yeah, he wasn't really rabid. He was just fucking too high, man.
And it just shows whenever a cop shows up, you're not going to get necessarily saved in these horror movies because they're just going to die most of the time. Cheers.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Don't ever get saved because it's not going to happen.
What's up, Christina? Perry, though, you did enjoy it, you said?
Yeah, I thought it was really good. I really,
Nice.
I like that 4-star rating. That's like an old school thing where
Yeah,
it's just 4
that-
instead of 5.
Yeah,
That's
it was
kinda
like
cool.
4 stars, and some would be 1-star movies. The worst would be no stars. We're like, how bad is this? Oh,
I-
glitter. That makes
I
sense.
swear, like on like the HBO Showtime. Though, remember when you'd watch cable, that it was always 4 stars too.
Yep.
That's how it always was. I definitely
Yeah,
do.
4
like
stars
that
was the
better.
old school. Yeah,
That's how I remember it.
Yeah.
they had a 4-star theater. That's no one remembers that. So,
So Scarpad, what did you think? I know this isn't your first time watching, right?
it might as well be because I saw this when it first came out.
Long
83.
time, okay.
That's a long time ago, man. My brain cells are in the toilet now, so it's like a first time watch. And yeah, no, I didn't enjoy this movie at all. I didn't like it. I tell you why, mainly due to the fact that too much of the movie is taken up with the parents and her getting on with the other dude and their love story and the fact that he's a failing serial man. I don't give a fuck. I really don't. I want. And the dog gets bit at the very beginning, and then we have to sit through all that shit with the parents, and it's just like, I know the dog's got to take time to gestate, but can we get on with this, man? It was 50 minutes until she got into the car, okay, and that's where it started getting interesting and getting pretty a little bit better. But I did not like any of that. Full disclosure, I did get bit by a Saint Bernard I was a kid, but
you got
that's not-
your shit.
Yeah,
that's not
don't matter.
that's not
Everything
courtesy,
everything
though.
you just said don't count now.
But okay, I know. Okay, no, I love the dog. I feel bad. I felt bad for the dog because this isn't an evil dog movie or a satanic dog movie. It's a sick dog, and everybody should have realized the dog was sick. But I feel bad for him. But that doesn't disclose the movie. I didn't like the kid. The kid's annoying as fuck. I wish he got bit in half. Didn't happen. Him and the guy
I knew he would hate
the guy who's twiddling the
His
mom
face.
should have both got it, but they didn't.
grab a
Okay,
hold
both
of him and
those
just
guys should have got it. She didn't get in the fucking cop car at the end, which bugged me to no end. And I like Dee Wallace Stone, but she just was annoying in this movie. I of all the, I do think I like Graveyard Shift better than this movie. I think of all the Stephen King movie, I think this is one of the ones I really dislike the most. But let me tell you, it wasn't all bad. I thought the Cujo stuff was done really good. I thought the look of the dog was great. The dog was great. The scene in the cars was really good. How they have to go back and forth, and the dog's pounding in the windows, breaking the windows, biting off the thing. I thought all that was done pretty well. I didn't like the exact ending of it though, because I thought it was kind of anticlimactic just for him to stab him. The dog basically killed himself by jumping on the knife that broke off from the stick. And then he said, well, he's going to come back. He's going to come back. He's never dead. And he jumps to the window. And then she finally shoots the dog with the gun.
The dog Green Goblin.
It was just dropped it on the ground from the other idiot. So, it's just, I didn't like the ending as much, but I love all the practical effects. Some of it was a guy in a dog suit.
Yeah.
And a head. But it was shot in such a way you could never tell that.
You never could tell.
It looked good through the whole thing. And all that dog part of the movie was just fantastic. All the practical effects, but everything else.
Shots from Cujo's perspective too. They only did a couple.
And everything else from all the human stuff was dog shit, and the kid was dog shit and should have been eaten. But he lived at the end.
The child screaming elevated the terror and the chaos.
I know, but the trouble is, yes. He was kind of better. He was good once he was in the car playing a scared kid. But in the beginning of the movie, when he needed a little bit more, I don't know, something, the kid just didn't have.
It was his first movie, and those car scenes are good.
I ain't gonna Anakin Skywalker that bitch, man. Don't give me no excuses.
Hey, you're always gonna think a kid sounds cheesy, but you need to put yourself.
No. There's a lot of good kids in movies. There is.
But you need to think about how you would have been as a kid. You'd been a scared little bitch hiding from your monster in your closet too.
That's reality.
You'd have been like, Mom, there's a monster in my closet.
I would have pushed Mom out the door.
Shit in there, Davey.
That's why I thought there was a demon in the movie, because there was a fucking monster in his closet. So I was like, that spirit's gonna get into the dog.
He had the monster words list too, which was kind of interesting.
Starpad brings up a great point. The fact that the movie starts out with this kid being terrified, and then you get to the scene with the kid in the car, and there should have been a story arc where the kid gets over his fear in even just the smallest way, and it never really happens. Like when the dog finally jumps into the car, it would have been the greatest moment to just grab that canister and hit the dog once just to show, hey, I'm going to try and fight for my mom. Not one scene like that, not even anything remotely like that. No character development whatsoever.
Once a wuss, always a wuss. There's no development.
One that Evan pointed out, he said, I thought it was done solid, but whole love affair was pretty pointless. And I agree. It definitely is. I
thought the love affair,
but
I thought that took place because he then got mad at her and he wasn't going to take the car to the mechanic. Bitch, do it yourself, bitch. So. Like that was the attitude he had towards it. And that's why she's like, I'll just take the car. I'll just take it. Don't worry about it.
But there could have been a better way of doing that though, too.
And this is how I think it would have came full circle, as if because nothing happens to either one of them for doing, like, if the guy would have got killed at least, then would have been like, see, that's what you fucking get for sleeping with someone's wife, you know what I mean? But no, that doesn't happen, so it doesn't kind of come full circle, you know what I mean? Where you're like, what was the point? But yeah, that is the point of it, is so that they take the car. But I still think one of them should have died. In my opinion, the guy, I still think they're both wrong, 110%, but I think the guy would have been the easy one to get killed because D is obviously the star.
Yeah.
But
needed a higher body count. That's just what I felt.
Yeah, I just thought it could have done something to alleviate that first 50 minutes of just not good screenplay. But
but
I like the second half of the movie. Okay,
the guy that cheated, he was coming to kill her, right?
He
was coming to the house.
He was angry.
So? I think he would have tried to kill her.
I don't know. Hard to say.
Because he
He's just
stabbed the
shit.
pillows and everything in the mattress. He was stabbing it. Like he would have stabbed her,
Right.
That's what I got. I don't know.
He wanted to stick something into her. That was definitely for sure.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
And the husband was pretty low key about it. I mean, obviously he knew what was going on from the time he caught him in the middle of the street. And when the guy's back there going after and stuff, he did little or nothing. I mean, I think I would have been a little bit more pissed off.
Well, look at the guy when the first scene of the movie when he has his shirt off, looking like he's David Hasselhoff.
I thought he was David Hasselhoff. I said that to Perry.
Yeah.
I thought he was the guy from Knight Rider for a second.
And then you had this other guy with a nice silky beard and a Harrison Ford haircut. And yeah, I guess
is he a tennis instructor? Is that what he was?
I guess so.
Oh God, it's always
an instructor of some sort.
Always in these movies.
Part-time carpenter. I don't know.
That's right.
He's laying down the wood, all right.
Oh, the plumber's coming over, honey.
Can I get a job? Can I get a job teaching tennis?
Yeah.
I hear chess instructors do pretty well too, Perry.
I gotta try that out. I gotta get my blazer back. Play some chess now.
Your smoking jacket.
Yeah.
So it's overall not one of my favorite Stephen King adaptions, although the second half is better than the first.
Sure. Yeah.
So I mean, this is where Dylan usually asks about any characters that stood out. I'll say that I might as well pick any characters that stood out. Yeah, the dog. The dog was good because I did think they did kind of find a way to show like that he was still kind of almost like a good dog in there a little bit, and he didn't want to do that. So the dog I thought was pretty good in this, and whoever trained the dog was really good. But no, all the human characters, man, none of them. I hate them all. Could have flushed them all down the toilet in this movie, and just made it about dogs. I don't know. So, did you have any favorite characters in the movie, Rob?
No.
No.
I'm not a fan of small, crying, shrieking noise, and that kid was nothing but. Dee Wallace was shrieking, if not just cheating, and I don't like that. And I wanted her to die, so no. The husband
I like her in other movies,
but ineffective. I wanted the husband to die. I wanted the kid to die. But in the 80s, the first time I ever saw a child die in a movie was The Blob, and that was 1988. So I kind of knew right away the kid's not going to die. So I just wanted a higher body count. Is that too much to ask for from a sociopathic non-serial killer? I haven't done anything yet.
Yeah, I mean, they have to elicit a little bit of sympathy or something for empathy for somebody. Otherwise, you don't give a. I'm rooting for the dog to get them all. You know what I mean? So
the dog should have killed
every single fucking one of them.
the wife and the kid that went to the sister's house. Like before they left, that would have been crazy, dude.
No, this should have been the end of the movie. We're gonna do it right now. How it should have ended.
Okay.
Right after that, the dog jumped and landed on that broken baseball bat and is left thought to be dead. She goes in the house. She's trying to call up the husband. Husband comes in, and that's when the kid's like finally starting to come back around. Dog jumps in through the window, gets the mother right as the father comes in and tries to pull it off. And that's when the kid grabs the gun and shoots the dog.
Yeah, exactly.
You see the kid walking out of the house crying, but drops the gun, and you don't see the parents walk out and then fade to black. That would have been a good ending.
Oh, so the kid shot everybody, including the parents?
No, the dog got the kid. The
kid's like, I need insurance.
Oh, okay.
He's now an orphan. That would have been a great ending.
It would have been cool if Cujo killed everybody, killed the kid, killed the mom, killed the dad. Like, that's Cujo's house.
Yeah. Also,
nobody's allowed to live here.
And then what they do, if it's a final scene, they finally got Cujo in the truck. They bring him to the place to euthanize him and find out it's just an allergy to food. And the bat never had rabies. He's allergic to his kibble.
Anybody that Cujo bit is going to come back to life, and Cujo 2, Revenge of the whatever the fuck. I don't care.
He kills everyone at the kennel.
Go see that.
So what about characters then? It's
we need a second Cujo.
Perry, any characters you like in the movie? Or
I'm gonna go with two, actually, real quick. The guy, the mechanic who they keep going to. I kind of like
yeah.
how like he was kind of like a major gross asshole, you know, like the guy who I would not want to spend a minute with. But he portrayed that really good. So like as an actor, I think he did a great job. And then the kid, I don't know like how I could respond if I'm in a car with a kid like that and seeing his level of terror and then seeing him just like completely the life just be drained out of him over the course of like 2 days to the point where he's literally about to die, like on a deathbed in front of me, and there's this little kid. I don't know how I could do that. And I feel like he portrayed that really good. And you know, kids usually suck at acting. And I think he did a pretty good job. So
It's either they suck or they're way too precocious, and they're 6 years old acting like they're 30. They're given a script by somebody.
Maybe even give that to the the artist, the guy who made up the kid to look like he's that way instead of the kid, and you know, because but yeah. So you like the kid, all right?
no
What
CFAP.
about you,
I just
Dylan?
watched Cujo CFAP. It was amazing.
What about you, Dylan? Characters that you didn't like?
Cujo all day. Cujo all day,
It was the best, yeah.
without a doubt. So yeah, I'd say we probably rate it now. And then I got a little show and tell. Two Gun sent me a little package. I guess I'll start it off. We do. I know Rob likes his 4, which isn't a bad idea, but I'll probably usually I do 5 out of 5. So just to keep it how we always do. I'll have to think about it though, because I kind of wouldn't mind. That wouldn't be a bad
That's
idea.
kind of cool, like bringing back an old school rating system.
Yeah.
You know?
Maybe since Rob's here, we'll do 4 tonight. 1 out of 4.
Because we're old here. We're ancient
Now,
humans.
are we still able to use 69, or is that gone for tonight?
No, well, I mean, if you
point.
want, it's fine, but
Out of 100, why not?
it doesn't really matter. I bump it up sometimes to like 7.5, you know. But this one I'd probably, so out of 4, I would probably give this a 2.75. It's not a 3, but it almost could be a 269. But I do have some nostalgia for it, and I love the dog in this, and I think he's great. D. Wallace isn't bad. The kid does some great acting at the end, but it is a little annoying in the beginning. But
as most kids,
it doesn't really bother me. So anybody in the chat, throw your rating down below. Like we said, 1 to 4 tonight. Rob, what do you think, brother?
That's how I felt when just that slight little me being annoying, screaming. To listen to that brings me down to 2.5. It could have been a 3 had it been longer in certain areas to make it feel that much hotter and painful.
That's what she said.
Like, oh yeah. There was this old movie, U-Boat 267 or something. It was this old German submarine movie where it was claustrophobic. You're underwater. This thing just got hit by a target. So now the crew has just so much time before the air runs out, and you felt every second of them being underwater. If they could have gotten just that sort of feel to it, it might have been a bit more effective, but otherwise it just felt like, hey, here's a really angry, vicious dog. Hey, well, it's eating my mom. I'm just going to run over here now. Lots of coulda, shoulda, run up the stairs instead of out the front door sort of moments. And it could have made different decisions that it didn't. And because of that, it's just a little bit better than mid. 2.5 for me.
2.5. Solid.
Heck yeah.
Harry, what did you think?
I want to watch this again. You know, the fact that it's coming on 4K, I might get that. Because I do want to watch. I want to show it to my girlfriend. You know, maybe I'll have my kids watch it.
I'll say mine too.
I'm gonna hell yeah. I'll probably give it a solid 3 out of 4. I think I really enjoyed the fact that I was able to sit down for an hour and a half and genuinely just enjoy every moment of a horror movie based around a dog. You know, I thought it was really cool concept. I like seeing books come to life. So yeah, solid 3 for me.
Cool. I am going to give it, because I really dislike half this movie, which is the first half. I thought the second half was okay. I'm going to give it a 2. And because I think, to be fair, the dog stuff is done really well. The effects are good. The practical effects are good. I just don't like any of the humans. I wish they had all died. They got eaten by Cujo, and Cujo lived. I really felt bad for Cujo because he was a sick dog. He wasn't a bad dog. Just a sick dog. And he didn't deserve to be like that. But still, 2. Right down the middle.
He was sick and everyone's the bad guy.
Right?
You're not helping me? Fuck you. I'm going to eat you now.
That's right. Poor dog.
Mom's wearing red. I'm colorblind. I would guess she was wearing red. Hey, that makes me angry now.
Plus, Rob's absolutely right. If I had listened to 5 more minutes of that screeching at the end, I would have.
Oh my God, yes.
I would have took a
Is there
hairbrush
part
and
2?
kill myself. Cujo Part 2?
Is
There
there
probably
part
is
2?
a direct. There probably is a direct-to-video sequel to Cujo. Yes, it probably is.
Seemed like the
I
case
think there
back in
was.
the day.
Yeah.
Oh, Cujo 2, Run to the Litter.
Those became the Beethoven movies.
Oh lordy.
Oh
The
man.
shoestrings. Or Turner and Hooch.
So, what do you think, Dylan? What are you giving it?
I already told you. 2.5.
69, dude.
Oh, okay, that's right. So we went round the horn. Shit. So, what does that
shit.
tally up to be?
2. What is it? 2, 2, 5, 2. My bad.
You gotta carry the 1.
2, 2, 7, 5, 2, 5, and then you gave it a 3. Probably 2.69, bro.
I would think so. Pretty close.
It sounds about right.
And who
Cool,
else?
man.
What is our package?
2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Biggie gave it 2,
Did
5.
she say good?
Yeah, that's what she says too. He doesn't know to like it. CFAP
I
gave
wasn't
it
a
4.
fan of that.
2, 6 gave it 2.
2, 6.
She gave it 2.6.
Who gave it for?
That's funny.
This guy's CFAP. A 4 would be Scarface. No, Scarface. Well, I guess
Like a solid
4. Yeah, Scarface is a 4 for sure.
Or
Oh,
5.
2.75 out of 4. Right there with you. 2 gun. And
Like-
that Ben said 3 out of 4 or 4, 5 slips for Cujo.
I'd be curious to hear what Evan likes about it.
He's a dog lover like me. So
We like her pups.
Poor dog.
ask him
Dog should kill them all.
a few things in the chat. I'd like to give a 3.4 to the bat that bit Cujo. No, fuck that bat.
Oh, this is so cool. Stephen King said last year that he wrote a sequel to Cujo called Rattlesnakes.
Yeah. I think I did hear
How
about
cool
that.
is that?
Yeah, I think
I'll
I heard
check
that.
out.
This be prime now to get a remake or a sequel. I'd rather get the sequel, but or do a remake and then do the sequel for Rattlesnake.
I feel like if they do a sequel, or I mean a remake, I'm sorry, they'll probably start putting in so much CGI that it will take away from like the realism
yeah,
of
it'd
the
be like
dog.
fucking Cocaine
It
Bear.
would be the dog. It would be the guy in the dog suit.
Yeah.
Throw it right off.
How
could it be a sequel? The dog died. Is he gonna get bit by a rattlesnake and die again?
I don't know. They said it was a sequel, so we'll see. Maybe the bats bite someone else. I don't know.
I guess.
Maybe the mom goes crazy and starts biting everybody.
Could be. She got bit 15 times.
Maybe
yeah.
she bites another dog. Cujo 2.0. Maybe Cujo was pregnant.
Could be. Turner and Hooch.
Yeah.
Cujo and Hooch. I'd like to have some
Daughter of
Hooch.
Cujo, Return of the Bitch.
To watch this movie again, I need some major Hooch.
We have names for
I don't know. I thought it was a good pick, Dylan. I enjoy Cujo. Thank you for making me watch this. I've been asked for like 2 years to watch this movie.
See, I told you, it's not Air Bud.
Yeah, it's way better than Airbud.
My girl said that you and her are the most common with your movie picks because I told her you didn't like Talk to Me either.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a little off.
But yeah, so that'll wrap up the review. Before we get out of here, Two Gun sent me a little care package. So
taped it up really well.
I had to rip. Yeah, I just am honestly gonna cut it because it was taped like crazy. But yeah, and while I'm doing that, next week we got. Speaking of Two Gun, since he sent me a care package, next week we're doing his pick, which is Scott Derrickson's Sinister, starring Ethan frickin' Hawke. One of Blumhouse, I'd say probably Blumhouse's best movie, in my
Isn't it
opinion.
one of their earliest?
My girl would agree on that. That's like one of her all-time favorites.
Ooh, it's on Prime too. Let's go.
I
Sinister.
think that came out 2012, so I don't think that's the earliest. But.
No, it's not their earliest, but I'd say it's one of their best. And
When did Blumhouse first start?
And Blumhouse
2008,
started, the first thing they dropped was Paranormal. I'd say that's probably what started them.
It has to. I mean,
that was like 2007, wasn't it?
2009, Paranormal came out. So maybe they might have started in like 2007 because obviously they'd be filming the movie. I see he sent me. Well, yeah, Sinister next week, next Saturday, and he sent me some Fast X cards, which I'll have to go. John Cena. I know Evie would love these, man. Jason Statham. These are thick as hell too.
Your mom would like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice and glossy.
Like
Your mom loves X.
No, she would love it if Paul Walker was in here, which I doubt he will be. She likes Paul Walker.
I made that mistake.
Just show his empty fucking chair like they do in the movie.
Nah, man. That's messed up. Dude's a legend. Fucking Brie Larson. People love that one.
What the hell? Captain Marvel's in Fast and the Furious?
Yeah. She's in it. Well, I think she's in the new. She was just in the new one.
She's a weak badass.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's for damn sure.
I need to watch those movies.
I've only watched 3 of them.
Me too.
Huh.
The first 2 in Tokyo Drift.
This looks.
I've only seen Tokyo Drift, the one Paul Walker died, and X.
Ooh.
Oh. Yeah,
I
actually,
like Tokyo Drift.
Yeah, Tokyo
One of
Drift.
the better ones.
half Doug Bradley Pinhead and what is it? Half Jamie Clayton Pinhead. Pretty damn
damn.
cool though. Looks like what does it say?
Yeah, but then what
What?
bathroom does Pinhead use then?
What was that?
Yes.
What bathroom does Pinhead use? I think you have a major problem here.
Whichever they want.
In the book, Pinhead, like I don't think
He's androgynous.
they don't genderize him in the book.
No, he's not supposed to be.
He.
Hey,
Him.
this is a good one.
Yeah.
They say this is like this is the unofficial sequel to Street Trash, even though it is getting a
Oh, is it? I never
or no,
heard that.
Street Trash is actually finally getting a sequel. Hobo with
Yeah, get a remake.
With
Wait.
a shotgun.
Wait, Hobo with the Shotgun is a sequel?
No, it's like
No,
an unofficial. It's like people say it's like an unofficial sequel to Street Trash.
I love that movie. It is weird as fuck. People get their arms blown off
This
and
one
replaced with
Well,
guns.
you should watch Street Trash. That's a great movie.
Oh, I gotta find that now.
Yeah, Street Trash is good.
They go downhill after Tokyo Drift. Oh no, 2-6.
Tokyo Drift
no,
had almost none of the originals.
no, they're good till about. I would say they're really good till about 5 or 6 or 7.
I got you. Because that's what we're doing now.
Then they
then
fly
they
to
go downhill.
space.
And
Ooh.
Pulse. Oh, at first I thought this was the I think Wes Craven did a movie called Pulse, or he produced one. This looks like a Japanese film. Kiyoshi Kurosawa film. This probably is pretty damn good though. I'll have to check this. Before The Grudge, before Dark Water, there was Pulse, one of the scariest films ever made from the master of Japanese horror. Yeah, fuck yeah. I'll have to check that out, dude.
That shit looks terrifying.
Yeah, dude, I'm sure it is. Oh, nice, dude. Two Gun got himself some.
Hey, pew pew.
I wonder if he had this made. No, I think he did. Fuck
Yeah, that's his logo, I think.
Is it?
Yeah, like if you put up his
Oh yeah. I see
I
it.
think that's his fingers. Yeah, his
Yeah.
finger blaster.
Yep. I always forgot. I forgot he changed it. I'm so used to the little cowboy.
The cowboy, right? Yeah.
Oh,
He always
man.
sees me the one with the one finger. What the fuck?
This is one he showed me a few months ago, and I fucking loved it. It's got the mother from House of a Thousand Corpses, and it's got the bald guy from Hills Have Eyes, Annie Lee's Meat Pies. This movie is fucking wild. Scarfhead, you would love this too. It's got nothing but hot ass.
I've seen parts of that on Tubi.
Yeah, fucking. It's like it's crazy.
Original Mother. Remake Mother.
The first mother. Yeah, that's
The
her.
original.
Yeah, look at her face.
That's Karen Black.
Which that's Vinegar Syndrome too, bro. Oh wow. And yeah, I didn't get one of these last year.
Oh, that's lit.
Nice.
Well, you got one.
Oh,
Or
that's so cool. It says on the back.
Yeah, that's all the movies actually. My girl was just asking me what the hell the Horror Fest lineup is, and I was like, I'll show you in 1 second.
You gotta get real
I
close
didn't
to
know
that.
this was here,
That's litty.
but
Babe,
I
that
had
is
nothing
so
to do with that
freaking
first
cool.
one.
Yeah, it's probably nicer than last year's.
Yeah,
That's
I didn't
freaking
get the last one.
awesome.
I
But
want to
yeah,
get
this-
one now.
Vinegar Syndrome slipcover. So fuck yeah, dude. And I know,
Oh, damn.
It's nice, yeah.
but
Yeah,
yeah,
I think that's out of print too.
it possibly might be. If it,
A hard
if
one to
it
get.
isn't, the slip I'm sure is out of print because I think this was like $15, and I was like, damn, bro, I want to get it. But I knew if I got this, I'd have bought like 10 other things, so I had to hold out. But this is fucking sick, dude. I'll have to give this a rewatch too.
I like how
little
the
by
back
little,
is
those
actually the
DVDs
back.
are going out of
It
print.
also has
Yeah.
what is his name? From I'm gonna kill myself. It has Pat Morita in it. He plays a cop in it.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it's got a
Good
good
little kid, Mr.
it's got a good
Miyagi.
cast, dude.
Dinosaur.
It's got
Mr.
Pat
Miyagi.
Morita, Michael Berryman, Karen Black. Yeah, man, it's in 4K transfer from 35 millimeter original camera negative. So yeah,
Cool.
and like I said, next week we will be doing Sinister. As always, Two Gun fucking nailing it, brother. Thank you as always, man. You are the man, and everything came perfect. Nothing came damaged because I know he was a little worried about that. Yeah, I definitely will have to check that one out. Yeah, me and my girl will have to watch Pulse because I think she'd like something like that too. Yeah, Hobo with Shotgun would be a good one to review too at some point.
Look how cool this freaking t-shirt is.
Hell yeah.
That
It
t-shirt.
almost reminds me of Machine Girl, if you've ever seen that one.
What, Pulse?
No, Hobo with the Shotgun
Oh.
kind of reminds me of Machine Girl.
Oh, got you. But yeah, Hobo with
Just because
Shotgun.
of the body
You'll like that one. You'll like that. Well, no, you've seen Hobo with a Shotgun. Okay, I'm tripping. What's up, Billy? But yeah, next Saturday we will be doing Sinister. This movie is a whole lot better than Black Phone. So if anyone has not seen it, you're in for a fucking treat. And if
I
you
like
did
Black
like
Phone.
Black Phone, you're really in for a treat. Because if you like Black Phone, you're really gonna fucking love this movie. Yeah. So as always, I appreciate everyone who came out and hung out with us. Rob,
Don't
you
forget tomorrow night, we got the Thunderball thing going on.
yeah.
Ooh,
Well,
Thunderballs.
yeah. That should be scheduled for on my show for the James Bond review. Having a blast with those, man. And Rob, you got anything coming up you want to mention before we get out of here? I forgot. I know you said you haven't been
No.
doing much content.
He
Yeah,
said,
on
no.
YouTube, I'm not
Hold on.
doing anything right now. I'm still doing my regular Instagram, Twitter post. I'm on Blue Sky, but I've not posted one thing yet. But as the leader of Twitter/X is going more anti-Semitic, I might wind up just jumping on over to Blue Sky because I don't want to be in that hellscape so much anymore. But at least for the 20 or 40 people that still pay attention to that stuff, I'm there for them. But otherwise, I just like posting, talking about comics. I'm not about the drama. I don't have time for that. Hey, I just had MT send me my very first
Nice.
slab, and it will also be my last slab because I'm going to crack this bitch because I'm working on my journey into the mystery, and MT sent me a bunch of them. I'm not going to show them now, but if you go over and take a look at Gary B, the casual comic guy, I was just on his show the other night, showed them all there. Otherwise, I'm sometimes on Lady Fantastic, and if somebody needs me on their show, or once, no one needs me for any of this shit. I just have a bunch of comic books, almost 23,000 of them. It's unfortunate. Please don't ever have me move. I'm not near men. Hey, I'm Rob Worst. Thank you all for having me on tonight.
Of course, man. Have to come back on as soon as possible, brother.
Oh yeah.
Perry, you got anything coming?
Well, I'm working on like my movie reactions and reviews for October, but I just finished in my community tab scheduling out until October 31st daily polls. So it's like if you guys like movie questions or movie trivia and stuff, there should be a daily poll going out every single day. So that took way longer than I thought it was going to. So I spent like 3 hours on it. I was like, this is ridiculous. But that's about it. And then I'll be here next week.
Hell yeah, brother. I can't wait to hear your thoughts on Sinister.
Yeah, I'm excited. I just put it on my Amazon list.
Yeah, watch that shit in the dark, bro. Watch that shit in the dark.
Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. I'm not going to go to sleep, dude.
I want you to have a good reaction video for this. Man. I'm doing it for the fucking YouTube community, brother. I'm doing it for the community. They love seeing your reactions when you jump. And Scarpad, as always, me and him will be having more movie reviews coming. We'll have the James Bond movie franchise. It'll keep coming. And I know he'll probably have some unboxing video coming at some point. Maybe it's a figure unboxing. Make sure you sub, hit that bell so you get all updates when any of us drop videos. And make sure you hit that like button. And as always, I appreciate all y'all coming and hanging out with us. And I hope you guys enjoy your weekend. And we'll see you guys next time. Peace out, y'all.